Here and take care of O'Neill Cruz and the Pirates in Game 3. The Buccos have lost 6 straight. Cruz 2 for 7 in this series. And Sonny's first of the day is chopped off his feet, and we are underway. Cruz at 246, 8 homers and 18 runs batted in. He also was thrown out trying to steal by Pedro Pages for the first time this year, in the first in 34 attempts. Ball 1, strike 1 for O'Neill Cruz.
Well, Cruz definitely a better fastball hitter than anything. That changeup just missed away, but a good pitch to him. Breaking balls down, very good pitches to him.
Cruz 5 hits in his last 28 trips to the plate. No homers in his last 9 games for the Pirates. With 8, he leads their lineup in long balls this year. .92 on that sinker from Sonny. 3 balls and a strike. That one shaves off a corner to fill it up. 3-2.
Pretty good spot. 3-1 right there. Work that sinker back to hit the corner. Now finish him off. Last guy you want to give a free pass to is the guy with 15 stolen bases.
Big sigh from Sonny, and his payoff pitch is strike 3 inside corner. Nice comeback for Sonny Gray. Cruz caught looking, 1 down.
Well, went right off of the same spot right here. This is 93. This time the 4-seam stuck it in there and it stayed true.
And May starts the lawnmower and rings up O'Neill Cruz. Here's Brian Reynolds. He's 1 for 9 in the series. That hit, though, a homer. He's got 5 of those and 19 driven in. And this is a guy that, you know, Sonny has to pay very close attention to.
See the numbers at the bottom of your screen. Career against Sonny Gray, 7 for 21. 3 of those 7 have been long balls.
Not this time, though. It's a roller to second, and the peg to first in plenty of time. 2 up, 2 down. Here's McCutcheon. McCutcheon 1 for 7 on the season against the Cardinals, or at least in this series, I beg your pardon. 255 overall on the year for the Pirates. Great career for McCutcheon, who looks so right wearing the black and gold of the Pirates organization.
I mean, time flies, Chip. He's in his 17th major league season.
Over 2,000 hits for McCutcheon, and that one almost got Sonny on the way by, but a ground ball to second takes care of the Pirates in order, and the Cardinals go to work trying to sweep away the Pirates on a perfect day for a ball game in downtown St. Louis. Two terrific games here at Busch Stadium. Cardinals won 6-3 in the opener, won 2-1 last night. And here's how Ali stacks them up for Game 3 of the series. A very late change. Nolan Arenado was scratched, so Nolan Gorman will get a start at third base as soon as we get word on what's ailing, if anything is ailing. Nolan Arenado will pass it along as Nootbaar will face Mitch Keller, who's 1-3 so far in his first 7 starts.
Well, Mitch Keller was dominant last time, though, against the Cardinals at home. 7 1/3 for him. No earned runs. A look at his pitch arsenal. 4-seam, sweeper, slider, change, sinker, and curve. Really did a good job of pitching backwards against the Cardinals last time, and he got ahead a lot.
And he does with a 4-seamer, and Nootbaar down in the count. He's still looking for his first hit against the Pirates this year. Mars has been in a bit of an offensive dry spell from a batting average standpoint. He's still getting on base, still scoring runs, but hasn't been racking up a bunch of hits. See if that'll change today. And there's a start. A 2-strike rope to center. That'll get him going. Nootbaar aboard to start the game.
You see Newt joking, hey, can I get that baseball? First hit against the Buccos. 0-2, tried to go 95 down the pipe. Didn't mean to put it there, but Newt was ready with a shorter 2-strike approach.
So Newt Barr, 6 hits in his last 36 tries now. And let's see if the Cardinals can force the issue here with Wynn, Donovan, and Contreras coming up next. Mason's done a nice job hitting second for St. Louis. His average up to 256.
Well, really glad that that left ankle of his that he tweaked coming around third the other day, game 1 of this series, responded well.
No balls and a strike. That one hammered toward third. Good hop. And around the horn go the Pirates. And Wynn's doubled up, 2 away for Brendan Donovan. So a good defensive start for Ke'Bryan Hayes and the Pirates. Here's their outfield lineup presented by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Tommy Pham, O'Neill Cruz, Brian Reynolds left to right. Hayes, Peguero, Frazier, Valdez around the horn. Joey Bart back in there behind the plate. Brendan Donovan's had a super homestand, 6 for 18 against the Mets and the Pirates. 2 hits in this series. In the air center, Cruz drifting back. He's going to reach up at the last moment and haul that in. That ball found another gear, but it also found the glove of the Pirates' young center fielder. Ollie Marmol all smiles this morning after the Cardinals beat Paul Skeens and the Pirates yesterday. For more on what we can expect roster-wise for St. Louis, here's the cat, Jim Hayes.
Yeah, Chip, our BJC Healthcare injury report. Ivan Herrera continues to rehab at Memphis. He's DHing there this afternoon. 1 for 3. He's hitting 400 in Memphis. He's dealing with a bone bruise in his left knee. Ollie Marmol says Herrera will play with Memphis again tomorrow. Then they'll reevaluate his knee and then figure out what's next, Chip.
That sounds like a plan, Jimmy, and it'd be great news for the Cardinals offense to get Herrera back, perhaps on the upcoming road trip, which is not going to be an easy one. Washington, the Phillies, and Kansas City.
Oh, and we know the Cardinals' early struggles on the road so far this season. The Cardinals just 4-13, like in trying to flip the script on that. It was a better road trip last time out against the Reds. They split that one.
Bart skies it toward right. Walker gives chase, but that's going to be pushed into the seats. Even count for the Pirates catcher.
But it will certainly be nice to get some more firepower. But the big key with Herrera is just got to make sure he's ready, right? You're going to be as patient as you possibly can because you want him back for the whole year. No reason to rush right now.
So Bart ready to go again. He's batting .273, a homer and 7 RBIs. Bart, Emmanuel Valdez, and Ke'Bryan Hayes coming up in the Pittsburgh second. In the air to right and playable for Jordan. And Gray takes care of Bart. He's retired the first 4 in order. Here's the rest of the Cardinals defense. Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers brings you that. Walker, Scott, and Nootbaar right to left in the outfield. Gorman for Arenado, still waiting on an update on Nolan's situation. Wynn and Donovan up the middle. Contreras at first. Pedro Paez is behind the plate.
Well, you hope for Arenado it's just something quick, precautious, right? Especially with a day game here, then an off day tomorrow. That builds in a lot of rest. So you can be ready for that national series. And for that young man, another opportunity, right? Get in there and get some reps.
That just missed to first baseman Emmanuel Valdez. Ball 1. Valdez, a couple of homers, 12 RBIs. He was not the Pirates' first option to play first base this year. Spencer Horwitz was. Pittsburgh acquired him from Toronto. Horwitz had wrist surgery and is now rehabbing at AAA.
Well, you mentioned, I mean, they've been bit with a couple of injuries. Andy Rodriguez, Spencer Horwitz, Nick Gonzalez, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, IKF, easier to say, Jared Jones, Johan Oviedo, I mean, all on the IL currently.
2 balls and a strike. That sailed outside. 3-1. Sonny's been pitching behind here early. But the Pirates have yet to record a base runner. It's 4 up, 4 down to this point. Let's see if Gray can come back and get Valdez. That'll help. Full count. Cardinals are 5-2 when Sonny Gray starts a game this year. He's about to unfurl his 21st pitch of the day. The Cardinals play Valdez pretty much straight away, and he might have hurt himself with that last big swing. Helmet off, and he's walking gingerly outside the left-hand batter's box. Just what Derek Shelton needs. Another Pirate offensive player banged up.
And we just rattled off some of the injuries. He did come out of his shoes on this swing. Yeah, take a look and see if we can see if there was anything. Didn't see anything right away, but you could tell afterwards he's walking it off.
So he's going to try to continue here with a full count. This would be a real good time for a cutter in on the hands to the left-hand hitter.
Or a change-up middle that he comes out of his shoes on.
Let's see what Sonny features here. Strike 3. It was a sinker, and he dots the inside corner. Valdez can't pull the trigger.
Boy, has Sonny had some control of this part of the plate. He struck out O'Neal Cruz on the same pitch. 93 spotted in. That is a pitcher's pitch.
I tell you what, I don't think Pedro Pajes gets enough credit for how gently he presents the baseball in the corners. I mean, that was about as beautifully as you can do it. Nice soft left hand, and then just gently raised it up to present it to the umpire.
That's that big key, right? Is getting under that pitch, and it's coming up as you catch it, as opposed to coming down on it and pulling it out of the strike zone.
Brian Hayes has the first Pirates hit. It's his 3rd of the series. It comes with 2 outs. Hayes now has hit safely in 15 of his last 17 games. He picked up his 500th big league hit here in St. Louis. And congratulations to Key Bryant on that nice round number. Adam Frazier's next. He's the Pittsburgh second baseman. Couple of homers, 10 RBIs for Frazier. Little pop. That should be no trouble. It's not. Mason Wynn tracks it down. Frazier and the Pirates are done in a scoreless second. Suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your Cardinals gear. Wilson Contreras leads off in the second inning. He's had a great homestand. Pops the first one up in his shallow right. Reynolds comes on. 1 pitch, 1 out. That takes care of Contreras, and Burleson's next. Alec is getting hot. Extra base hits, Brad, in 3 straight.
Yeah, homered in 2 straight, and then the big swing of the bat yesterday was that double down the line against Paul Skeens. 2 RBI. That ended up being the difference. A 2-1 winner. What a ball game that was, man. Pitchers duel. 2 young pitchers dueling it out. Bullpen came in clutch.
And look, Paul Skeens, 1-1 Rookie of the Year. I mean, just one of the great blossoming young stars in baseball. He's always going to get most of the headlines when he pitches. But Matthew Liberatore outpitched him last night.
He did. He did. I mean, he was so good in that ball game. It was as well as we've seen his fastball play, too. That was impressive. We talked a lot about his slider and the fact that it has become a big go-to pitch for him. But he goes 7 innings. He ends up striking out, tying a career-high 8.
Mile-high pop-up. Who wants this? Tommy Pham is there. So is the shortstop Peguero. And there is out number 2. Let's look back at what Matthew did last night. I mean, this kid is growing up before our very eyes, and man, was he good.
Well, he was just aggressive. That 7 innings, only 3 hits in this one, elevated with the heater. I mean, that had some real ride on it, and then was able to use that slider and that cutter inside effectively to the right-handers. He's been great overall, and especially great at home so far this season. 3-0 with a 1.80 ERA, 25 innings here at Busch Stadium. Each one of his starts has been quality here. Just love the fact that he got the opportunity. I love even more that he's running with it.
Nolan Gorman gets a chance to start today. Late substitution with Nolan Arenado scratched. Gorman at 175, a homer and 9 driven in. Lays off the high heat. 3-1. And Gorman takes a walk. The Cardinals have a base runner with 2 outs, and Jordan Walker is next. Only the 13th walk Keller has issued in almost 41 innings. And here's Jordan. A lot of work days for this kid, trying to find the magic in the right-hand batter's box. Tough matchup with the sinker slider combo that Keller features. Let's see how he fares today. Pop fly foul, strike 1.
Well, that's the one, right? If you're going to punish a baseball, that's the one. It's fastball in that he handles well. Keller now ahead, will go in further off the plate, and then that sweeper, that slider away. That has been the MO, and it will continue to be until that adjustment is made.
Huge hole right side for Walker, down a strike. One ball, 1 strike. And that's a beauty. 1-2 your count. Got to remember, Jordan Walker's still a kid. Frankly, so is this Cardinals offense.
Yeah, 3rd youngest team in baseball as far as offensive position players. Marlins, Nats, and then the Cards.
And we've got the Nats coming up on the long 9-game, 10-day road trip. A ball and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. And there's the sweeper, and that takes care of Jordan Walker. First strikeout for Keller. Gorman left stranded, and our scoreless game moves to the 3rd. It's early May. Spring is upon us. That means it's Cardinals Kids Clinic time. Registrations are now open for boys and girls aged 7 to 13. All you have to do is go to cardinals.com/clinics to register your future all-star for what should be part of a great summer. Who better to talk about that than Scott Terry, who does a great job with Cardinals Kids Clinics. Happy New Year, my friend. Good to see you.
Thank you. That's it. New season, another summer. 22 years. How about that? We've been doing these things.
It's amazing.
And we're growing. We're up to 17 this year, and we've got 2 girls softball clinics.
I wanted to ask you about that first. Great. Baseball we know all about, but you've added softball now.
We are partnering with Lindenwood University and the coach there, and we're going to do just exclusively girls softball. We've always had girls come to our baseball clinics, but they have to do baseball because when it's a baseball clinic, we're going to do baseball, right, Brad? We're not going to mess around with softball, but this is an official softball clinic, so we're going to have 5 of our alumni there do our 5 stations that we do. We do base running, hitting, fly balls, ground balls, and throwing, which are all the things these guys have to do every day. And so we'll do the same thing with the girls softball. Obviously, there's a little difference in their base running, but catching the ball off the ground, fly ball, that's all kind of the same. So, but we're jumping into that. It'll be good.
Well, and details matter, right? And that's what you're starting at a young age. And I think the thing to remember, right, Scott, for these camps is it's at any skill level. 7 to 13, whatever your skill level, whether you've never played the game before or you've been playing club ball for years, there's something for everybody.
Yeah, and it is, and it's all fundamentals, and the same fundamentals that these guys on our field, our Cardinal players, the Pirate players, the same fundamentals that they do every day. That's what we teach, and that's what you have to do. Baseball is not rocket science, or I could have never played. So we already know that. So we're gonna hit you with the fundamentals, and we're gonna teach you how to play the game and the right way to play the game, and that's what we've always done. The guys that are there do a great job. We use all alumni players. We're the only organization in baseball that uses all former players at a clinic. And so got a lot of the same guys. Got Pagnazzi involved this year, Mark Sweeney involved this year, Benji will be involved, Danny Cox, Lonnie Macklin, Neil Fiala, all the guys that are local, Pat Perry, Jason Simontachi, John Costello, the list goes on, Mike Tyson. And you know what? They all do a great job with the kids.
Do parents need a special waiver if their kid is taught by Brad Thompson? I'll let you ponder that as we go to break.
Yeah, something to consider.
3 up, 3 down. Home third coming up. FanDuel Sports Network's brought to you by Rally House, your city, your house, Rally House. By your quality Ford dealers, Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. And by BJC Healthcare, you deserve extraordinary care. No score, home third in St. Louis. It'll be Pedro Pajes leading off. And Mitch Keller's first misses high and tight. Chip and Brad with you upstairs. We're visiting with Scott Terry with Cardinals Kids Clinics. We forgot to ask, when's the first clinic?
June the 3rd. We get started in June. We go through July. We'll have 2 or 3 of them a week. Pedro, as a matter of fact, is going to come out and talk to our kids at some of our local ones. We've got Victor Scott II. I'm excited to meet him. I've met Pedro last year. Mason Wynn will be out. Alec Burleson will be out. I think we've got Mike Ciani scheduled. We'll see if we can get him back up here. But we've got they come to all of our local clinics, current players.
Isn't that what's great about this team? Not only are they very talented kids who are making their way in the major leagues, they're really great people, too.
They are, and they can associate with the kids. They can relate to them. They do a great job. Alec was a part of our stuff last year, and he's very good with the kids. And so when we go regional, though, we got Brian Jordan for a couple of clinics. We got Ray Langford involved. David Eckstein's involved. Tom Hinkie will be with us in Jefferson City, our first time to go there. So we always bring somebody that's usually recognizable for most of the kids. The rest of the instructors, I tell them, we played way back in the 1900s. So you're not going to know us. Your grandparents may know us. Some of your parents will know us because they were kids when we played. But we go way back to the 1900s. But it's always great to have a current player, and the Cardinals are very gracious in allowing us to have those guys come to a clinic in the morning before they play that night.
I think the fun thing, too, Tex, to remember for kids, and we talked about the skill level. It's not just about baseball all the time, too. Like, you learn so many life lessons through playing this game and doing so the right way and the details of it. That's kind of part of this camp, too, isn't it?
Yes. You know, we'll get a player up there in front of them. Donovan Osborne, Brendan Donovan did a bunch of our clinics last year, but we'll get a guy up there in front of them, and he'll tell them how he played football. He'll tell them how he played basketball. He'll tell them how they played soccer. They played what was ever in season, and how they did a lot of things off the field out of uniform that still were related to the games that they were playing. So to hear that message, not only from a guy that played in the 1900s, but to also hear it from a guy that's current, and to understand that, you know what, I don't have to be a one-sport guy. I don't have to commit to that right out of the gate, you know, and think that I'm going to be the next Tiger Woods or whatever sport it is. It's okay to play. You know, most of the time the sport picks you anyway. If you're a good enough athlete to play them all, that sport will end up picking you, and you'll find your hole. You'll find your notch.
That's found a way at the plate. And I would imagine most big leaguers would tell you, Scott, as I'm sure you and Brad know, the more sports you play, the better off you're going to be when that one sport picks you.
Yes. Sports need an athlete. And an athlete is somebody that can do a lot of different things, not just one thing over and over again. So, and that repetition, you know, at a young age, and we're seeing it with a lot of the kids, #1 surgery in the United States is for a 13-year-old is Tommy John. So we see these kids, you know, keyholing themselves to one sport and then doing it time and time, and the body's not ready for that. You need to have different movements. You need to change seasons. You need to do things. You need to have some off time as well.
That's how you can register for Cards Kids Clinics. Go to cardinals.com/clinics. As Scott Terry said, 9 June clinics start June 3rd in Wentzville, followed by stops in Chesterfield, Arnold, Highland, Farmington, and Effingham, with stops to be announced.
We go to Springfield, Illinois. We go to Jefferson City. We go some places where we got to drive a little bit. Those are in the afternoon. All of our local ones start at 8 in the morning, and they go to 12:30. Our age group is 7 to 13-year-olds. So we have a really good time. And we're out there for 4.5 hours, and we go to the 5 stations that I mentioned earlier, take a little break. They get a goodie bag. They get a hat. They get ticket vouchers. They get the shirt that they wear on their back when we put them in the 5 groups. They get to take that with them. So there's a lot of bang for your buck in reference to what you're getting. And of course, we all know that baseball can be a game that's a lot of fun, but it can also be very frustrating. So we can help you with just about every aspect of it. We don't compete against each other, and that's not necessary. We're just learning fundamentals, and we're learning how to play the game, because the game is tough enough as it is.
Victor takes off. Great jump. Line drive right center field. That's down for a hit. Victor on his way to third. They're going to wave him. Here he comes. Throw into second. Throw to the plate. It's going to be late. Pop Warner never hesitated. Victor Scott scores from first on a Nootbaar single, and the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead.
Well, you want to talk about a skill set here. How about the skill set of Victor Scott II? He was going on the pitch, sees it into center field, picks up Pop Warner over at third, and keeps on flying all the way around. You teaching base running like that?
We teach the base running part, but we can't give you that speed. The skills that he has, the abilities that he have are God-given. But, yeah, you know what that reminded me of? This guy I played with was Willie McGee.
Yeah.
First to home, home to third. There wasn't anybody any quicker, and Victor had a real good lean coming around third base. He might have been a 45 angle. I'm telling you. I like that. That man can run, can he?
So Victor Scott scores the first run of the game. Nootbaar, who was hitless against the Pirates this year, Scott is 2 for 2 today, and he takes second on the relay throw to the plate.
Yeah, you know, and that's a good thing. We can sit here and see this game, and then if we had a Cardinals Kids Clinic tomorrow, I would draw everybody's attention to what Victor Scott just did, because these guys display every day the things that you have to do to be able to excel at the game, and everything's a teaching moment. That's the great thing about having the Cardinals here in town and having the kids come. We get to use a teaching moment because it's something that's fresh.
No balls, 2 strikes for Mason Wynn. And that's outside. You bring up a good point. Look, we're in an era of 3 true outcomes as an offensive player, right? Walk, strikeout, home run. I seem to think, Scott, the pendulum's swinging back to where a more complete baseball player is coming into focus more. Do you agree with that assessment?
Yes, I think
you would enjoy that too, right?
Absolutely. I think baseball is a game that evolves. You know, and it will rotate back around, and it'll come back to you. You know, when they put the pitch clock in, they basically started playing 80s and 90s baseball again. And so, you know, work fast, change speeds, throw strikes. That's what we did as a pitching staff. There wasn't all this waiting around 4-hour games. We had, what, yesterday, 2 hours and 14 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, 1987. You know, John Tudor on the mound. So, I mean, yeah, I think all of that stuff is great, and all of that things can be very applicable to today's player. And I know you guys are having a lot of fun. I know watching this team this year is kind of a lot of fun. They're going to get after you a little bit, and it reminds me a lot of what we used to do, you know, when we had all that speed and all that defense, and so right there with Victor Scott pushing the envelope, and because he was running on the pitch, and it's just a base hit to center. That's all it is a base hit to center, or, you know. But yet he's going to score from first base because he's running on the pitch. And when you got that type of speed and you got that type of element in your team, it's a lot of fun to watch.
Well, yeah, energy and hustle are exciting, and that's at every single level. And that's the thing with kids. That stuff never slumps.
And it's going to drop inside the line for a win hit. Scoring is Nootbaar. It's a double for Mason. It's 2-0.
You know, and the other thing it is, Brad, is it's contagious.
Yes.
It is contagious. When you see one guy doing it, you start, it kind of picks up.
Well, you start playing some selfless baseball, right?
Yeah, that is it. I try to tell the kids, you know, you got to play this game for somebody other than yourself. Yeah, you want to excel. Yeah, you have your abilities. Yeah, you have to do a lot of things yourself in reference to having success. But play the game for somebody else, not just yourself.
Another little pop. This one, though, is going to be caught. Frazier drifts out at second to take care of Brendan Donovan. 2-0 Cardinals. A walk, 2 hits, and now 2 outs for Wilson Contreras. You're obviously very passionate about the Cards Kids Clinic, Scott. It's great to see former Major League players give back to the community and pass the baton to the next generation of kids.
You know, and the good thing about that is, Chip, is we got a lot of them in the area.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that we've got, you know, people may not know who Neil Fiala is, and that's okay. You don't have to know who he is. He played at the big league level. He played for the Cardinals, and he wants to come out there and help you be the best you can be. We tell the kids all the time, I don't know how good you're going to be. I don't know how far you can play. We want you to play at the highest level at which you can play based on your skills and how hard you work. And if you've done that, then you're successful at baseball. If that means I was only a high school player, then great. You still got out of it what you put into it, and it should have been enjoyable.
And a love affair for the rest of your life, right?
Yeah, because, I mean, Brad, I'm sure you probably get 30 letters a day. But
I write them to myself, but yes.
Do you?
Yeah.
To this day, Chip, who wants Scott Terry's autograph? Who the heck is Scott Terry? And I get letters in my mailbox at home. How do they get my address? I don't know. But people are actually write you and want you to sign a baseball card. And you got your own people's passions.
So you enjoy
the game.
So you enjoy that.
I do.
Okay, so give everybody your address.
Here it is.
Yeah. Hey. And that's a 6-3. Hey. And feel free to drop me a line. You know, send me 4 cards. I'll send 1 back and keep the other 3 for myself. No, I'm kidding. But you know that speaks to the passion.
Of course.
You know, I got a. You know, you get a letter and you got a guy that said, yeah, when I was 7 years old, I got my first autograph from you. And it's like, whoa, you know?
That is.
And, you know, my name is not Ozzie Smith, but, you know, Ozzie Smith got to play with me. So the fact that these people just have that kind of passion, and they have certain players, you know, and I'm sure you could go back and you could name some obscure player that you really liked to watch him play or made an impression upon you. And it's not always the most, you know, popular player or the one in the biggest spotlight. And that's the beauty of baseball, is that it takes all of them.
Ted Simmons was my favorite player as a kid, but the first major leaguer I ever got to play catch with, to your point, was Jerry Royster. Remember him?
Yes, I do. I remember that name very well. Played for Atlanta.
Yep. Base on balls for Contreras. Second walk of the inning for Keller, his 3rd in the game.
And I watched Teddy Simmons play when I was a kid in the 70s. And then I got to meet him, and it's like, you got to be kidding me. you know, this is Ted Simmons, and you know, got the nice hair, you know, and he's that 70 flower child. And I'm telling you, I just love that man to death because I could sit there and talk to him every day. And to think I was sitting in Portland, Texas on my couch watching Teddy Simmons and knowing who he was and seeing him play. And you know, so baseball has its own language. It reaches over generations, and it speaks to everybody. And I love to see the kids come out. So come on out, because you know, most of our guys are kind of like me. They're excited to be there. Brad comes out and helps us, and he knows what we do, and he sees the opening introduction, and we get rolling, and we just have a good time. And so, yeah, I hope all the kids will make a point of coming and seeing us.
It is fun seeing, first of all, for us, we all the alumni enjoy doing it. Whenever we get back together, we're like kids again, and I put myself in their shoes. I went to camps as a kid in Las Vegas, and like, there's some of the best memories that I ever had, and that's the hope, and that's the expectations with these Cardinals Kids Clinics. You're going to learn some things, you're going to have some stuff that stick with you, but you'll have memories that last forever.
Yeah, that's great. You know, I didn't get a chance to go to any clinics because I wasn't in a city that had that. I was a little town that only had 5,000 people in it, and but you know, we were down in South Texas, and Houston was the team that was closest to us. But we know back in those days there wasn't very many games on TV. So I watched my Saturday game of the week with Tony Kupak and Joe Garagiola, and you know, it was always the Yankees or the Reds or the Dodgers or Boston. But that's okay, because I love Fred Lynn when he was a Rookie of the Year in '75 in Boston, and I got to face him in San Diego his last year, and I said good morning, Fred, with my first strike, and good afternoon, Fred, with my second, and then good night with my third. And was dadgum happy to do it.
Scott,
what a memory.
Scott, thanks for the memories, and good luck with you in the Cardinals Kids Clinics. Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys.
There's still time to play FanDuel Fantasy's free daily pickup. Just answer one question a day for your shot at a share of $1,000. It's free, it's daily, and it's your chance to cash in now on FanDuel Fantasy. Well, what a start for Sonny Gray. 3 scoreless innings. Cardinals have given him a 2-run lead. And the old saying that speed never slumps has never been proven more true today. Victor Scott scores from first on a routine single into shallow center.
It's so fun to watch. It really is. And it's an element that really the Cardinals have not had in a very long time. And I love the fact that they're aggressive with it. You're going to take your shots. And are you going to get caught every once in a while taking your shots? Of course, right? It's going to happen. But I would much rather err as a ball club. We've talked to Ollie a lot about this, on the side of aggressiveness rather than being passive.
Absolutely. Fortune favors the bold is the old expression. And give credit to Pop Warner, the Cardinals' third base coach. He was waving Victor Scott around. He saw the throw coming into second base, and that extra throw was the difference between a run or an out. So well done on all parts. As Sonny Gray delivers, out of play, 2 balls, 2 strikes for Reynolds. The 2-2. Strike 3, a curveball. 4 strikeouts for Sonny Gray, and 2 in a row.
Well, here we go. Chevy pitch track. This time it's the hammer curveball after a couple of fastballs well located in for his first couple of strikeouts. The bender ends up getting Reynolds.
McCutcheon grounded out to second, his first time up. Don't know if Andrew's going to be a Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, but I'll bet you he'll be one in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. He's had a great career. 2 homers away from tying Roberto Clemente on the Pittsburgh home run list. And a wonderful ambassador. And a steady veteran presence on a Pirates team that's struggled mightily out of the gate.
You need that, man. You need a leader like him. As this one here, catcher interference by Pajes. Just caught a piece of that glove, apparently.
So that'll be an error. And McCutcheon at first. Joey Bart, the catcher, flied out his first time up. So yeah, you see Paz say, my bad, the error bad enough, but the finger hurting too. Let's see if Bart can hit one on the ground here. The Cardinals have been excellent defensively. And a strike. He's hitting 4 double plays this year. And we got word Nolan Arenado out today with back spasms. So keep that in mind. Nolan Gorman's handled 1 chance at third base in his stead today. And he's near the line with 1 out with the Cardinals up 2.
We hope for Arenado that back loosens up on him again. If you're feeling anything with the day game with a day off tomorrow, take the day. Yeah. Right? See if you can get 2 full days of rest. Get relaxed and be ready for this long road trip.
And that's the tough part about a back, right? You're used to sleeping in your bed at home. Now you're uncomfortable. 3 different beds, 3 different hotels.
I know it seems like a silly thing, right?
Yeah.
Teams stay at the nicest hotels.
Yeah.
Everything's great, but things are different. Anybody with a bad back knows, right? Like if you mix it up a little bit, if you sleep on the couch, probably because you said something stupid, or maybe you fell asleep out there. Either way, you'll feel a little bit different, aren't you?
Betting on the first for you.
Could be. Got that thing pretty comfy by now.
2 strikes, and that just missed. Years ago, Chipper Jones had a similar problem. He made a big fuss of it on social media, and one of the team hotels actually brought him a sleep number bed to the hotel.
Seriously?
Yeah. He was in New York. They were tired of Chipper being grumpy against the Mets. And the dirt, 2-2.
What's your sleep number, Chip?
I don't have a sleep number. But
You had to pick.
I'll give you a guess.
Probably around 70.
Yeah, pretty close.
Firm enough, but not like crazy ultra like bounce a quarter off it.
Yeah, no. 2-2. Did he go? No swing, full count. The 3-2 pitch. He lost him. So after catcher's interference, Bart walks. Valdez is next. 2 aboard and 1 out. Here's a quick word from Rally House.
Play ball, St. Louis. Shop the latest in Cardinals style with your favorite brands and throwback designs. Rally House has gear for every fan.
Valdez, the first baseman. There's a good breaker. That's been a good pitch for Sonny today. The curveball's got lots of bite to it today.
Yeah, good feel for it too. First inning, a couple of pitches left up in the zone, made some adjustments very quickly and burying stuff at the bottom now.
Valdez had some discomfort on a swing earlier today. Let's see how he fares his second time up against Sonny Gray. Valdez was strikeout number 2 of the 4 the Cardinals right-hander has racked up to this point. Popped him up left side. Mason Wynn, Gorman. It'll be Gorman at third battling the sun. Infield fly on the infield. Coincidentally, 2 outs.
Let it go, Chip. It was years ago. It's pretty evident what an infield fly is.
Keep Brian Hayes up. He's got a base hit today. Sweeper in the dirt. Pajas lost it for a second. 1 ball, no strikes. Cardinals lead it 2-0. Both runs came in the home third. Victor Scott walked with 1 out. Newt Barn Wynn with base hits. that scored, the number 9 and number 1 hitters. Good movement at the knees.
I think that's some real life to it. I think that's a good pitch to keep Brian Hayes, and really kind of wherever you want to put it down around the zone. He has struggled with the fastball this year, oddly enough. He's hitting 197 against the heater.
His velo's been really good. Remember, started 91, 92 in the first inning, Brad. Now that he's gotten loose, he's back to normal.
Chevy pitch track right here, 94. Gets the call by home plate umpire Ben May at the bottom.
So now Hayes in protect mode and takes his time out. Right down Clark Street. Key Brian Hayes is strikeout victim number 5, and Sonny Gray holds a 2-0 lead. Grab a $7 quarter pounder with cheese combo meal every Cardinals game day, only on the McDonald's app. Sonny Gray looks terrific. He's through 4 scoreless. The Cardinals have scored twice and lead 2-0, trying to sweep away the Pittsburgh Pirates. You're sporting some new sunglasses. I'm kind of digging them.
Yeah, I found these back on the table.
Good
Chip.
job.
I was trying to be like you. I don't know whose they are, but they're fashionable, and somebody's going to be looking for them.
They look good.
It's sunny out. It's nice to have some nice weather.
Are they polarized?
I have no idea. It's tough to say. How would I know?
Well, it usually has the
I have
P for polarized on the lens.
They put a P on it?
Sometimes.
I don't see P on it. No. I have my vehicle have the little heads-up display.
Yeah.
You know? And I thought for a minute, I almost took it into the dealership because it wasn't working. And I'm sitting here, it's like the weirdest thing. It would work sometimes, wouldn't work other times. Turns out, when you have polarized glasses on, you can't see it. Yeah, it's gone.
You ever see those customer states videos where people go into?
Oh yes, so good.
You could have been.
States,
you could have been
heads
a video.
Up not working. Yes, 100% almost me.
Nolan Gorman, starting for Arenado, walked his first time up, and he shoots a single into right field. That's the 4th Cardinals hit of the day, and a good start to inning number 4. Gorman goes down and combs one into right.
Hey, late start here for Gorman. Draws a walk in his first at bat. This time a curveball from Keller, stays back, trusts his hands, and just flicks it into right field.
Jordan Walker struck out his first time. Walker 1 for 12 against the Pirates since April 17th. 5 hits and 46 at bats and 18 strikeouts. Chop toward third. Hayes has that. There's one and a double play. 2 outs. So let's enjoy a quick word from Jack in the Box with the Cardinals up 2.
My Nashville hot popcorn chicken. So much deliciousness starting at $6.99.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Pedro Pajes, a strikeout victim his first time. Since April 22nd, the Cardinals have the best record in the National League. The Redbirds have won 9 of their last 14 games. That's an encouraging sign. And on the cusp of a long road trip, Brad, you win today, you get back to 500.
Well, and the beauty of it, when you talk about that stretch, it hasn't been on the back of like one player. It's like, oh, so-and-so is carrying this team. No, it's been a little bit of everything. Starting pitching for the club has been really good. Bullpen's been locking stuff down. Some guys are starting to figure some things out. I love what we've seen out of JoJo here the last 3-4 times for him. Offensively, getting the big hit. The approaches have been good.
And it's not just veterans who've done it. The Cardinals have gotten contributions from young players. Victor Scott's tremendous improvement. McGreevy and Graceffo. Kyle Leahy has come out of nowhere. So That's been really, really fun to watch here in the first 38.
The confidence in some of these young players, to me, is really impressive. And to me, it's a testament to the staff and to the veterans to empower these guys. Like, hey, we need you. We got your back. And wherever we can help you, let us know. But you go do your thing. Like, we're going to win because you guys are getting better and better.
Keller will rub up a new baseball after that foul ball straight back. A ball and 2 strikes for Pedro Paez. 7, 8, 9 on the lineup card to face Sonny Gray in the 5th when we get there. And this one is center. Neil Cruz will drift over. And he'll have plenty of room. 3 up and 3 down for St. Louis. Double play included as well. 2-0. We go to the 5th. Sonny Gray faced one more than the minimum through 3 innings. He's had everything at his command. He is Brad Arquilla player profile today.
So far, so good. And you look at the sweeper of Sonny Gray. That pitch has been so good. 18 strikeouts with that pitch. It's so hard to pick up. He uses it a lot. And rightfully so. And he just sets it up so well. That's the key to a good pitch is you can't just throw it all the time. They can't know it's coming. You got to be able to set it up with something else. He's got such good location with his fastball that he sets up that sweeper well.
And after a hiccup in his last start against the Mets, Sonny's been much more efficient today. Remember, 4 1/3 innings against New York. He threw 96 pitches. Here he is with the start of the 5th inning upon us. He's just thrown 54 against Pittsburgh. So more of that would be nice as Frazier takes up and away. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, we talked about it off the top too. Our key to the game today was attack mode, and that's how you should be against this lineup, especially once you get past that top 3. This is a lineup that is very, very pitchable. You go after him, you keep that pitch count down, and the hope is that you're standing out there pretty late into this ball game.
So the cutter has Frazier even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll try again. 2-2. Frazier's got a hit in 12 of his last 16 games. He'll see a 7th pitch here. And golfs that to center. Victor retreats. He's got all kinds of room. No trouble. Frazier's retired. 1 up. And 1 man down. Saturday, May 24th, 20,000 fans 16 and older take home a Mason Win bobblehead. That's thanks to Coca-Cola and Walmart. All the details at cardinals.com/promotions. 3-city road trip coming up for St. Louis. Then we are back home at Busch. As that's in for a strike. We'll have the Tigers and Diamondbacks. Hopefully we can outscore both of those clubs. Pham fouls it away. 0-2. It's been a struggle for Tommy of late. He started play at 178.
Pretty good spot to miss right there. 0-2. We were talking about McCutchen earlier and obviously what he means to this franchise in this city. Tommy Pham a little bit different. I mean, didn't come up with the organization, but still somebody he's tasked to teaching some of these young guys the ropes along the way.
Gray strikes him out. That's number 6 for Sonny. 2 up And 2 men down.
Well, making 19 strikeouts now with that sweeper of Sonny Gray. This a very, very good one. Again, set up pretty well beforehand with the sinker.
His season high in strikeouts is 9. That was against the Angels. Career high is 13. Soliover Peguero, the shortstop, batting 9th. He popped out to first in his lone trip to the plate. Yeah, that I think for me has been his best pitch. That and the sinker.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We have seen this in the past with Sonny. Like, there are some days one of his pitches feels the best. His curveball, he's been able to throw in there for strike, throw in there for chase. He's been landing it. So you want to talk about being aggressive. That's what we were leaning on. 12 of 18 first pitch strikes for him, and he's been working the corners. He's got 6 strikeouts. 4 of them have been looking. So he's been not just in the zone, but right on the corners of it. You love it.
An error and a walk cost him a few extra pitches last inning.
Still very efficient at this point. Bury this guy right here and get back to work offensively.
Still a ball and 2 strikes for Peguero, who came over from Arizona. Starling Marte went to the desert. Swing and a miss. Sonny Gray, a 1-2-3. Pittsburgh 5th. He struck out 7. He leads 2-0. Speed game in play for the Cardinals. That's your T-Mobile coverage cam.
Well, you just look at Victor Scott II. He was going on the pitch anyhow. The base hit to right, and they just kept on rolling, utilizing that elite speed. Great send by Pop Warner, the third base coach, being aggressive. That aggressiveness turned into the 2-0 lead.
So Victor leads off the 5th inning. Nice work by that man, the Cardinals' third base coach. Victor riding a 7-game hit streak. That's a career high for him. He's done it with bunts. He's done it with balls pulled to the right center field gap. He's lined balls over the shortstop. He's taken advantage of the angles the opposition's given him when they think he might try to lay one down. Much more complete offensive profile for Victor.
Certainly say from an offensive player standpoint to this year, probably most improved, right? You learn from the lessons that you're given in the past, and he learned last year what the opposition was going to try to do to him, what he did, and how he could combat it. He spent some time last year talking about timing and rhythm and trying to get his body just working together. Well, he's got that figured out so far this year.
3 balls and a strike. That was a good pitch. It's 3-2. And look, Keller's a smart kid too. He knows that if Victor Scott gets on, there's a pretty good chance he's in scoring position. I'm sure that's in the back of the head of a pitcher. I've got to be pretty good here, otherwise I've got problems on my hands. And there's that line drive the other way. Scott with a base hit to left. 8-game hit streak. Hit it where it's pitched. That was nice.
This is really nice. 3-2 count, and it's the change up. To your point, Chip, he knew he had to throw it for a strike, right? At least had to look like a strike. It was. And the balance and the ability to stay back and drive it to left field for Victor Scott II. Huge difference from a year ago.
Let's see how fast Victor's put in motion here. Not on this one. And that's taken for a strike. Nootbaar was 0 for 16 against the Pirates entering play today. He's 2 for 2. A first inning single on a 2-strike pitch. Then Nootbaar, the single to right that brought home Victor from first. Good sweeper.
Keller not giving you much room to run. He has been very, very quick to the plate. That one just over 1 second, just under 1-1.
High drive toward right. Reynolds and Cruz converge. It'll be Reynolds in right. And Scott back to first with 1 man out. We appreciate our teachers. Teachers Night presented by Millipore Sigma's back on Monday, June 9th. And with a theme ticket, fans take home a teachers inspired jersey. All the details at cardinals.com/theme. Mason Wynn, an RBI double. Didn't get that. Strike one. We're in Washington on Friday. We'll have coverage for you on Saturday and Sunday at Nationals Park. Then we head to Philly for our last series against the Phillies. Cardinals won a series against Philadelphia here at Busch Stadium. The Fightin' Phils, though, are putting it together. They've won 7 of their last 9 games. They beat Tampa Bay 8-4 yesterday at George Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. No balls and a strike. Wind blowing ever so slightly in from left center. And that's inside the bag fair, headed for the sidewall. Victor on his way to third. They're going to wave him again. Here he comes. There'll be no play at the plate.
The Cardinal youngsters taking over in this one. Mason Wynn with the double down the line, driven in another run. Chevy pitch track breaking ball down, goes down and gets it, and as soon as it hits off that sidewall, you knew that Victor Scott the second was going to test it. Scored easily here from first.
What a weapon. 2 more runs for Victor Scott. Wynn has a 2 RBI day. And the Redbirds extend the lead 3-0. Sonny Gray, by the way, has given up 1 hit in 5 scoreless innings on the mound. And for Keller, he's not pitching badly. It's just the Cardinals are outrunning the baseball right now. A strike to Donovan, who's popped out and lined out today.
Well, Chip, it's always fun when you see the Cardinals power up, and we saw that game 1 of this series. Saw 3 home runs and impressive. But I love the approach right now. I love the fact that they're able to manufacture runs. They'll take what you're giving them. You go away, they'll take you away.
To shallow center, Cruz will make that play. Well, that's a good point. The Cardinals are striking out about 8 times a game. Last year that was over 9. They're walking a lot. Keller's got good stuff, but the Cardinals have coaxed 3 walks out of him. 1 of those has scored today. So there's a willingness to pass the baton, certainly, but Brant Brown's group is being very disciplined in their approach, and the results are showing it offensively.
And what shows, too, in that approach is it's not just about you, the individual, right? Everybody wants to put up individual numbers. But if you're thinking team first, I promise you that the individual numbers will be there at the end of the year. And I really feel like that's coming out in their style of play. And I don't think that anybody has played a better team style of baseball or shown that approach than the guy at the plate. Contreras goes the other way as well as anybody. He'll use that wide open right side. He'll give himself up that way for the team.
He's had a super homestand at the plate. 6 for 20. He popped out and walked in his first 2 trips today. Keller approaching 80 pitches. And that went right across his shoe tops. It really is a tale of 2 seasons, partner, to this point for Contreras. Big offensive improvement in his last 18 games.
Well, first 18 games, woof, doesn't matter. Numbers weren't great. Last 18 games, 375, 4 homers, a couple of doubles. He's driven in 12 and he's walked 9 times. That's the guy we saw all spring.
Swung through that one, however, and Keller escapes the 5th inning, allowing an add-on run for the Cardinals. A couple of doubles, a couple of RBIs for Mason Wynn, and Sonny Gray's lead is now 3. We've got a day off tomorrow, and then it's the start of a long road trip, Brad. That's your Budweiser What's on Tap.
Well, heading to Washington. First game on Friday, 5:45. Saturday, 2:30 and noon on Sunday. Coverage starts here on FanDuel Sports Network. Should be a lot of fun in the capital. Then on to Philadelphia and Kansas City. Nice long road trip.
Neil Cruz pops it up right side, and Contreras is there. 1 pitch. And 1 out. Cardinals starters in Washington in order. Eric Fedde on Friday, Andre Palante Saturday, Miles Michaelis on Sunday. And we showed you earlier the youthful nature of this Cardinals offense. Washington's in a very similar situation. A young, exciting, dynamic offensive team.
Yeah, they got some very good young players. We've had the opportunity to see them certainly in spring training. Saw some of the young talent there last year. C.J. Abrams, James Wood. Look at Dylan Cruz. I mean, they got some guys.
Brian Reynolds is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. Tough times for the Pirates. They've lost 6 in a row and 9 of 10. And as we said, the Cardinals have their long road trip coming up. Pittsburgh has a homestand, but they've got the National League East coming in. They've got the Braves, the Mets, and the Phillies.
What could go wrong? Yeah, that is tough. And you mentioned talking to Derek Shelton earlier. He knows that his group is talented. They're raw, though. Got to figure out ways to score some runs. Got to piece it together. You hope for him that he gets his group even healthier. 6 guys on the IL currently.
And I would imagine that's the most difficult part of managing your team when you have a pitching staff the caliber of the Pirates. Look, it starts with Skeens. This guy is awfully good, too. Brad Keller. Jared Jones is really good too. But how demoralizing must it be for young pitchers, Brad, that day in day out you do what Skeens did last night, where you throw 100 pitches and one of them costs you the game because your offense just can't support you.
It really is tough, and it's one where you got to be mentally tough. And I have no doubt that Paul Skeens is, I'm sure he is mentally dialed in, but at some point it wears on you, right? So the hope is for the organization. I don't think that the Pirates love drafting where they've been drafting over the last couple of years. Chances are they'll have another high pick coming up, but need to get more offense throughout this system, because it's not like they're going to go out. They're not going to spend huge in free agency. The last time they signed a free agent for more than for a multi-year deal was Ivan Nova. That was all the way back in 2016.
So astounding.
It has to come from within.
They've scored 3 or less in 21 of 37 games this year. They've been shut out 7 times. Sonny Gray's trying to make it 8 today. He's got a 3-run lead. And a full count to the Pirates right fielder, Brian Reynolds. McCutcheon's on deck. Sonny has set down 6 in a row. He retired 9 of the first 10 and 10 of the first 11. This will be rolled to second. Should be easy, and is. And 2 are out. Reynolds 0 for 3. Here's your BJC Healthcare difference maker, Sonny Gray. A nice rebound start so far for the Cardinals today.
Yeah, why not pick this guy? He's been landing all of his pitches, been solid in this ball game. Only 1 hit, 1 walk. He has struck out 7. Landing his sinker to both sides of the plate, spotting up his fastball, and that curveball incredibly effective.
So McCutcheon, the DH. He grounded out and reached on catcher's interference. That's curling into the seats off to our right. Sonny ready for his 80th pitch. That fills up the count. Gray's only walked one batter today.
They make him earn it, right?
Broken bat. That is a fair ball. Arenado, Gorman, a great play. I beg your pardon, and that's off target. And it rolls past first. I'm so used to Nolan making that play. Gorman, with his best impression, couldn't get enough on the throw to take care of McCutcheon.
Well, it was going to be tough anyhow, right? Broken bat here right down the line. Just stayed over the bag in foul territory by quite a ways. Good pitch right there by Sonny Gray.
That was almost as good as Lucan Baker and Luis Rivas in spring training.
It was close. I think it was Juan Yepes.
Might have been.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I mean, but spring training, in fairness, one, it was your first spring training with the new team.
Yeah, that was.
And two, spring training, they just move them in and out.
Yeah, that wasn't so good. That was, though, a line drive to center, and that takes care of the Pirates in the 6th. Sonny Gray, a 2-hit shutout. The Cardinals are up 3-0.
Cards lead the Bucs 3-0 at St. Louis. Alec Burleson had the game-winning double off Paul Skeens last night. No one in baseball has more hits off Skeens than Burley's 6. He said after the game there's no secret to it. You just have to have a plan and stick to it. Once you start trying to play the game with him, he's really tough. Chip Burley said you don't try to play chess with Skeens. Just stick to your plan. That's what he did.
He did, and Skeens now 0-4 against the Cardinals in his career. In fairness to him, in his starts, the Pirates have scored a total of 5 runs.
Yeah, that makes it a little rough, doesn't it?
Man.
I mean, he's 0-4 with an ERA south of 2.5. So he's doing something right, but so is Alec Burleson. His idea, the thought, and ability to have a plan and to stick with it is really impressive. I mean, you think about a guy like that, you think, all right, maybe I'll just try to hit anything. We can't. He's got such an arsenal. You can't do that.
Mitch Keller delivers on the ground to second, and Frazier almost got knocked down, and he makes the play. That is out number 1. Fans get closer to the action with Hyatt Regency St. Louis at the Arches Park and Stay package. Hyatt Regency St. Louis at the Arch is close to both Busch Stadium and the Gateway Arch, making it the perfect home base for your Cardinals game day experience. Enjoy valet parking for one standard-sized vehicle per night. Book your stay now at HyattRegencySt.Louis.com using offer code 89937.
Chip, you heard Alec Burleson talking about you don't play chess with a guy like that. You know how to play chess?
Not really well, no. How about you?
No, I have no idea how to play chess.
No, okay.
Like, never once have I sat down and tried to play chess. I feel like I would love it.
Yeah.
But it seems a tad confusing. Big checkers guy, that might shock you.
Checkers is good. You know who does play chess? Ricky Horton. I think he was the president of his chess club, right?
Shocker. Or at Virginia?
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Ricky's good at everything.
Yes, he is.
Took my money golfing last week.
Fantastic.
Must be nice.
Ping pong champion too, although you did dethrone him last year.
Still waiting for that belt.
Yep.
Still waiting for that.
He said he was going to get the ping pong trophy out of storage.
Which he actually legit has a ping pong trophy as a youth. Somehow can't find it. The most organized guy ever. Can't find the one thing he said he was going to bring me.
Well, I know Ricky's lovely wife Ann watches the broadcast from time to time. If she is watching, Ann, could you please go find the trophy, give it to Rick on the road trip so Brad can have it, and we can display it in the booth.
It'll be a traveling gnome. I'd bring that thing with me everywhere.
Gorman swings and misses, and he is out number 2. Here's a quick word from BJC Healthcare. Jordan's 0 for 2. He is struck out and hit to a double play. There's a strike. You're a pretty good ping pong player. You knocked off Ollie on the road playing one time.
You said it. I didn't say it. Take that.
Strike 2. It's 0-2. Yeah, on an off day, we got the coaches together, broadcasters, and we found a ping pong parlor. And yes,
which was awesome.
Those places do exist.
It's great. He even signed the ball for me. Though.
Yeah,
it was very nice of it. Nice of him. Personalized it.
Prominently displayed in your trophy case, I'm sure.
Sure is.
1 ball, 2 strikes. So perhaps a rematch in the offing on the long road trip with the day off in Kansas City. One ball, 2 strikes, base is empty. And Walker laid off that time.
Good take. Yeah, very good take right there. And that's, again, this is the evolution of Jordan Walker. Those pitches on that outer half, you got to obviously protect in the strike zone, but have to be able to recognize those ones off the plate. Good job there.
That one, though, shaves off the outside corner. Nothing Walker could do about that. And back-to-back strikeouts for Keller sends us to inning number 7. Friday, May 23rd is Margaritaville night at the ballpark. Fans who buy a theme ticket get a Margaritaville-inspired all-over print jersey. For tickets, visit Cardinals.com/theme. We got to get that shirt and wear it during the Open.
I think it'd be great.
You think?
Right under a suit.
Yeah. Look good.
You got a lot of shirts. Not that cool. I mean, that's a pretty cool shirt. But very
loud.
Yeah, eclectic patterns, if you will.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. I got a pack tonight for the road trip.
Did you do all your laundry already?
Yep, did that last night.
Okay.
On the ground to the right side. Contreras to Gray. That's good work. 1 out.
So, have a 3-city road trip, Chip.
Yeah.
How many sports coats?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you that question.
I'm only going on the back end of this trip, so it's easier for me.
So you're going to Kansas City.
Yes.
So how many will you bring?
Probably 1 for each day.
3.
Yeah, it's easy enough to do on, and I'm driving up, so I can pack as much junk as I want to.
Okay. How many do you think I should take? I'll leave it that way.
1. I want to challenge you.
1?
Yeah, let's just see how, if anybody notices, you know, now that we talked about it, probably. 1 with a bunch of different shirts.
Okay.
I think you could pull off 3.
3? Yeah, I could make 3 work probably.
But you're going to pack 7.
Yeah.
Kyle Leahy getting to work in the Cardinal bullpen. Boy, has he been good.
86 efficient pitches for Gray. A 2-hit shutout. And that pumps in for a strike to Brian Hayes, who has 1 of the 2 Pittsburgh hits. McCutchen has the other, a broken bat roller that trickled down the third baseline. Swing and a miss. Sonny Gray mesmerizes Brian Hayes. That's number 8.
Well, here it is yet again. It's that sweeper. This one's got a little bit more downward action right here. Sonny Gray with the strikeout, and that is strikeout number 250 as a member of the St. Louis Cardinals for Sonny.
That is a record-setting strikeout for Sonny Gray. Is this one on the ground to third? Gorman, not Arenado, makes the play, and Sonny Gray sends us to the 7th inning stretch. The Cardinals trying to sweep away the Pirates. The Cardinals with 2 runs in the 3rd inning, 1 in the 5th, enjoy a 3-0 lead. Let's see if they can add to it with a long ball or 2 here in the 7th inning. It is the Honda home run inning. If the Cardinals go deep, your Gateway Honda dealers donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Keller's doing all he can. He has scattered 6 hits, 3 runs, but no offensive support for him on the afternoon yet. And that one rifled into left center field for a leadoff single. So Pedro Pages with a single. Victor Scott II scored from first in the 3rd inning. Here's how it looked. Our StatCast 3D.
Well, you look at the sprint speed, 29.3 feet per second. First to home, 10.23 seconds on this double. He's even faster last time around, too, for Victor Scott II. But that speed is a real weapon, and they're using it.
2 left-handers are up for the Cardinals next. Scott and Nootbaar. The end of the line has come from Mitch Keller. Cardinals have chased him. Ryan Borucki will stride in for the Pirates' pen here in Game 3. There's Ryan Borucki. He's been busy out of the bullpen for the Pirates. He inherits a 3-run deficit and a man at first. Nobody out, Brad, in the Cardinals' 7th.
Well, lefty's been pretty effective this year. His 16th game of the season. Cardinals looking to add on here. 3-0 lead. It's a pretty good pitchers matchup yet again today. Keller was solid, but Sonny Gray better.
Keller went 6+, 6 strikeouts, 7 hits, 3 walks. As Victor digs in, shows bunt, lays it down, but out of play. Strike 1. Victor has scored twice. He's walked. He's singled. And now has an 8-game hitting streak. With his 2 runs scored today, Victor's got 18 of them. That's 3rd most on the club. And he's been hitting 9th virtually all year. The pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brian Hayes in on the grass. This one pulled to first, step on the bag, and the throw will erase Pages. So Victor's doubled up, 2 outs, top of the order. Nice play by Valdez. And Newt, your hitter. He's 2 for 3. Kyle Leahy's still playing catch in the bullpen. My guess is he'll come in after 7 scintillating innings from Sonny Gray today. 7 shutout innings for the Cardinals right-hander on just 2 hits. In the air toward left. Pham on the run, still going. Look at that ball carry. That ball is going to bounce off the warning track and into the Pittsburgh bullpen. A 3-hit day for Nootbaar.
Well, a very slow start to this series for Newt, but a hot finale here on Wednesday. Lets it travel, goes into the off gap with some pop and bounces it over.
Pham kept going, and so did the baseball. So Nootbaar has his 8th double. And Mason wins up. He's got two baggers today. And I mentioned, Brad, he looks very comfortable, and the Cardinals offense looks very different with him hitting second.
Well, just kind of a newfound swagger, it feels like they're hitting second. 375 at the average right now, including today. 4 doubles, 2 homers, and he's driven in 5 in the 2 spot.
Pittsburgh's pen is busy again. I think that's Tanner Rainey out there getting loose. Over but low, ball 2. Mason's been a lot more patient. Put the ball in play 3 times today. The pitch off the end of the bat that time. 2 balls and a strike. Again, you heard Jim Hayes report Ivan Herrera is supposed to play today and again tomorrow. And then the Cardinals will evaluate his health and plot his return to the big league club. He's hitting over 400 on his rehab stint in Memphis. I believe he's going to DH today and catch tomorrow. That's the plan. And as hot as he's been, Brad, at the plate, you think about getting him back. Man, that sets your imagination afire.
Yeah, pretty exciting, right? It just more danger top to bottom. We really have seen this with the Cardinals lineup. It's been very balanced. You're getting something from every bit of it, but you add another impactful right-handed bat. Gotta love it.
Popped up. Right side. Valdez, and he's got that from the cut of the outfield grass. And the Cardinals are done in the 7th. Kyle Leahy's going to come on for Sonny Gray. It's a 3-0 Cardinal lead. Sunday, May 25th, 10,000 fans 15 and younger take home a kids replica Mason Wynn City Connect jersey thanks to Stiefel. Additionally, kids 15 and younger run the bases after the game thanks to High Chew. All the details, cardinals.com/promotions. Kyle Leahy takes over for Sonny Gray. Cardinals are 6 outs away from another sweep at home and getting their record back to 500 at 19-19.
Well, Chevy called it the bullpen time. How good has Leahy been this year? This guy's been on fire. 18th game of the season. Been really the go-to guy out of the pen. This one shot out to right field to get things started for Tommy Pham and the Buccos. Nothing a ground ball double play can't take care of here for Leahy.
And it's not just been Leahy, Brad. The Cardinals bullpen over the last 4 games, they've inherited 7 runners. Only one of them has scored. And you pick a name, they've all gotten that first guy to keep the lead in St. Louis's favor.
Well, last 4 games for them, a 1.15 ERA for this bullpen. That covers 15 2/3 innings to this point, and it was probably the biggest strength of this club a year ago.
Into left. Nootbaar will handle that. Peguero got that off the end of the bat. He's 0 for 3. Pham back to first.
Yeah, really nice to see this group kind of rounding back into form. Saw some lean times, especially on the road early in the season. It was just kind of that bridge to the 9th inning, trying to figure that out. Well, some guys have stepped up. You know that Dusty Blake has been very happy with what he's seen from his bullpen. You know how much he's been working with each one of these guys on their arsenal, fine-tuning things. Kyle Leahy's a great example of a guy that's made massive strides a year ago because of some of the tweaks that they've made.
And I like what you said earlier about not just the Cardinals bullpen, but this Cardinals team. These guys are being given a chance to show what they've got, and almost to a man, they have run with it splendidly.
Well, when you are given, whether you want to use the term runway or however you want to put it, you're given an opportunity. You want to make the most of it, right? You know that your opportunities are limited. This one smashed out into center field. That'll go first to third for Pham. But they have. They have really taken advantage of these spots. Hard hit baseball, not shockingly, by Cruz right here. He hit some of the hardest baseballs around, 115 miles an hour off the bat on that changeup from Leahy.
So 2 on, 1 out, trouble afoot. Brian Reynolds is the batter. Pittsburgh a chance to tie the game late. Let's see what Leahy has in store for us after a quick word from Jack in the Box.
My Nashville hot popcorn chicken. So much deliciousness starting at $6.99.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Reynolds has grounded out to second twice and has struck out once. I'd be careful on the first pitch. We saw that in the opening game of this series against Ryan Helsley.
Yeah, not afraid to jump on a first pitch for sure, and he likes the ball elevated towards him, right? Something middle and up is what he likes. Doesn't mean you can't start a pitch there, but run it in off the plate if you're going to go that way.
So a fly out sandwiched between 2 singles. Reynolds is hitting 4 double plays. And Ben May wants to make sure that Leahy lets Reynolds get fully set in the batter's box. So a curveball has Reynolds behind 0-2.
I like the idea there too with the slower curveball. Keep him out in front. Now you got a lot of options open. You can elevate up above the zone. You can run that harder slider back foot.
Another curveball knocked down nicely by Pages. Cruz at first, Pham at third. Cardinals with a 3-0 lead. Swing and a miss. Disappearing curveball. Reynolds couldn't stop himself. He strikes out for the second time, and that's out number 2.
Every pitch sets up the next one. The four seam up above the zone, set up that curveball. You see the curveball, it starts out high in the hand, mimicking the four seam, and then the bottom drops out of it.
So one more man to get. That's McCutchen, who's reached twice, once on an infield hit, once on catcher's interference. This one tapped towards second. Donnie's got it. Long throw and dug out at first. And Leahy with another scoreless 8th inning. Brendan Donovan, a nice play at second. Cardinals maintain the shutout bid in Game 3. Cardinals baseball on FanDuel Sports Networks, brought to you by Rally House, your city, your house, Rally House, and by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. It feels like a beautiful spring day in St. Louis. Normally you'd say everything's coming up roses. Those aren't roses, but you get the point. 3-0 is your score. Sonny Gray was outstanding, and the Cardinals offense and Victor Scott in particular have been terrific.
Chevy call to the bullpen time for the Buccos. It's Caleb Ferguson, the longtime Dodger, bounced around last year. Houston, New York. What kind of flowers were those? Those tulips?
Those are tulips, yes.
Tulip season, you know.
Yes.
They die fast, don't they?
Yeah. But that's our friendly production reminder for everyone in Cardinals Nation that Mother's Day is approaching. Don't forget the flowers for Mom.
I think I'm going to go grab some of those tulips. They won't mind, right?
No balls, 2 strikes. Could you see that? Brad's out there picking flowers.
Hey, guys. Mother's Day. It's coming.
They put the bracelets on you and haul you away. No balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, and jewelry. That's love.
Downey's got a 9-game hit streak against the Pirates on the line here in the 8th inning. And a slow roller that's hit to the right side. Race to the bag. And the pitcher never got there. So the streak lives on. Infield hit for Donovan to start the 8th inning.
He'll take that right there. Little tapper, trying to create a little more offense late in this game. This is going to be a tough play. Even if Ferguson is on the bag busting there, I think it's going to be close, but he needs to be there. He slowed up before the play. Your job there as a pitcher when that play is coming up, when he's coming into the line like that, get to the bag and turn into a first baseman. You don't have to run through it.
50 miles an hour off the bat.
Take that.
As Contreras digs in, he's walked in one of his 3 trips today. And in for a strike. Always good to hit the road with a win. Even better to hit the road with an off day after a win. That's the goal for the Cardinals today, leading 3-0. And late timeout again. That really irritated Derek Shelton last night. That involved Paul Skeens. This time it's Caleb Ferguson. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan Helsley is up in the Cardinals bullpen. Gray went 7, Leahy went 1. And Helsley will have 4, 5, and 6 for Pittsburgh in the 9th inning. That is assuming that the Cardinals don't add to the 3-run lead. That's a missile to left, but into the seats, foul. Strike 3, a breaking ball catches the outside corner. Contreras caught looking, so he's the first out. And Lucan Baker's getting a chance to hit here for Alec Burleson.
Well, not the easiest role for a young hitter, right, that Lucan Baker has found himself in. He's been occasional starter against a lefty, a late at bat here against the lefty reliever, but tons of thump and power potential. A nice weapon for Ollie to be able to go to off of the bench, but not an easy job.
Yeah, he has not had an appearance in this homestand. In fact, Baker's last trip to the plate came on May 1st in Cincinnati.
They are certainly giving him a lot of earth on the right side. You know he's got power to all fields.
One ball, no strikes. Broken bat. That's a fair ball. That's off the sidewall. Donovan on his way to third. Baker's going to try for 2. Nobody's at the bag, and he'll slide in safely with a pinch hit double.
Well, Lucan Baker, this thing's in on his hands. A 94-mile-an-hour sinker broke his bat, but somehow able to keep this thing fair, hustling right out of the box.
So some insurance in scoring position for the Cardinals. Second and third, 1 out. And it's lefty-lefty for Nolan Gorman. Again, Gorman starting for Arenado, a late scratch with back spasms. Gorman has singled, struck out, and walked today. And takes a strike.
Well, Ryan Helsley's going to get some company in that bullpen now that the Cardinals have a couple of guys in scoring position. Phil Maton starts throwing alongside him.
Infield in for the Buccos. Strike 1. And Gorman fought that off. 0-2. So it'll be Maton if the Cardinals score a 4th run or more. If not, it'll be Helsley with a 3-run lead. And a swing and a miss. 3-pitch strikeout. Gorman's retired. Second strikeout for Ferguson. Infield can back up now. Jordan Walker, the scheduled hitter. But Dauri Moreta is up in the pen. Looks like he's going to be summoned with the righty-righty situation in the 8th inning. So Pittsburgh trying to keep it close. Ferguson gives up a couple of hits, strikes out a pair, and leaves with second and third 2 outs. Coming up on the Plaza Tire Service post-game show, Alexa Dant and Ricky Horton will talk about the speed of Victor Scott and a terrific outing from Sonny Gray as the Cardinals try to sweep away the Pirates and to finish up this homestand. with a .500 record overall on the season. It's Colin Holderman, not Dauri Moreta, I beg your pardon. Holderman will come in and answer the Chevy call to the bullpen for the Buccos.
Well, Holderman in these spots has actually struggled. First batter faced, he's only retired 3 out of 10. Let's see if Walker can keep it going.
Pirates have had their share of trades that have backfired on them. This was not one of them. They traded Daniel Vogelbach, you recall, to get Holderman, who, when healthy, has been a really nice piece of their bullpen. He faces down Jordan Walker, who's hitless today. The pitch.
Pretty heavy sinker right there in off the plate.
Only 2 of 9 inherited runners have scored against the Pirates reliever. Walker hits with 2 outs. 1-0-1 inside corner. Wow.
From Holderman, I don't think I mess around with anything else. I stick with that sinker in. He's got a sweeper and it's decent. But right now, I think that's the one you get hurt on, is the one that ends up being a cement mixer with 2 strikes.
On the ground up the middle and throw for a base hit. Walker knocks in 2 huge runs. It's 5-0.
But needed that for sure. The insurance run. Jordan Walker needed that also. Little momentum, ground ball up the middle. Holderman went back to the sinker. It wasn't in, it wasn't off the plate, it was middle down, and that's exactly where Jordan took it, right back up the box.
So that doubles the inherited runners scored number by Mr. Holderman. Those 2 runs belong to Caleb Ferguson. The Cardinals now up 5-0. And Pedro Pages, your batter. So now Chris Roycroft joins Phil Maton. Ryan Helsley sits down. The lead too great for a save. 5 runs on 11 hits for the Cardinals today.
Maton, I think, probably got warm already, unless there's a quick out right here. You'd have to think it's probably Roycroft's game now with that 5-run cushion.
All this started with an infield hit by Donovan. Ferguson couldn't get to the bag in time. Baker a broken bat double, and then Walker smacks one up the middle, and that will send us to the 9th inning. 2 more runs, 3 more hits for the Cardinals. They're 3 outs away from a sweep at home over the Pirates. It's been a fun homestand for the Cardinals and a fun day today against the Pirates. Sonny Gray magnificent, 7 innings of 2-hit shutout ball with 8 strikeouts. The Cardinals saw Victor Scott flying around the base paths, scoring not once but twice from first on base hits. Mason Wingrad a couple of doubles and a couple of RBIs. And now Leahy and Roycroft will try to complete the sweep and get the Cardinals back to 500.
Well, been a fun ball game yet again. An important series for the Cardinals. After they took the doubleheader, you took 2 of 3 from the best team in baseball. You couldn't have a letdown against the Pirates. So far, so good. Chevy called to the bullpen time. 9th game of the season for Chris Roycroft, a hard-throwing righty. And what you want to see here out of Roycroft, especially with this 5-run cushion, pour it in. I'm thinking with his stuff, I mean, his slider will move like crazy, sinker sinks. Start it down the middle and down, let the ball work.
First pitch, 95 and a strike. Is it just me, or do you think Chris has dropped his arm slot just a tick?
I feel like it has a little bit, and sometimes you just find that comfortable slot. I mean, he's never been like an over-the-top guy, but there's a little bit potentially of a drop. We'll have to look and see exactly what it is. But you find that comfortable slot, and you run with it.
Big 6'7" kid throwing from low 3/4 can't be comfortable for right-hand hitters. And that one just missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, take a look at this arm angle here from Chris Roycroft. Big guy, and then slings it. I mean, he's about shoulder high when he's releasing this ball.
That's chopped foul at third.
So what that can create is some good sink. What you really need to concentrate on if you're Roycroft, though, is getting your fingers on top of the baseball as opposed to keeping them on the side the whole time. That's when you end up getting some of that flatter run. He wants that heavy downward sink.
Joey Bart 0 for 2 today. The 1-2 pitch. On this homestand, Cardinals kids out of the bullpen have been excellent. Graceffo a save. McGreevy, brilliant work out of the bullpen. Kyle Leahy has been excellent. Now it's Roycroft's turn as he's run it full to the leadoff man in the ninth. Roycroft made his big league debut a year ago today. Hopefully this game is as memorable for him in a positive way. The 3-2. And there's a good start. Swing and a miss on a sinker. 1 out. So our Budweiser player of the game, well, your starter Sonny Gray was brilliant.
I think that this is a good call for the player of the game here. Sonny Gray goes 7 strong in this one, only surrenders 2 hits. The 1 walk, he struck out 8. Breaking ball was on point. Fastball located at both sides of the plate. Had the sweeper sweeping, racking up some strikeouts with that as well. Nice day for Sonny Gray.
Emmanuel Valdez is 0 for 3 today. Took strike 3 in the second. Looked like he tweaked something in that trip to the plate. Has popped out and grounded out in his other 2 appearances. He's going to fly out to left. If Nootbaar can catch up to it, he's got that one in sight. And the Cardinals are an out away from a sweep. Last time the Cardinals swept the Pirates in this ballpark, you have to go back to August 9th, 10th, and 11th in 2019. And Ke'Bryan Hayes, the last hope for the Pirates. One ball, no strikes. He's following your advice. He is pouring it in.
It's what you got to do. You got the kind of stuff that he does. Doesn't have to be perfect. The ball's going to move around so much, and down there is nothing Ke'Bryan Hayes is going to do with it at the bottom of the zone like that.
To third. Gorman's got it. And the Cardinals have swept the Pirates. What a homestand. The Cardinals go 5-1. They're back to 500 with an off day tomorrow.
Yeah, 5 victories in a row, and this team is clicking on all cylinders, and the hope is now that 500, you leave that in the rearview mirror. Head out on the road, keep playing this style of baseball. Great pitching, great defense, timely hitting. That will travel.
The woes continue for the Pirates. They dropped their 7th straight game. They have been shut out 7 times. The Cardinals earn their 4th blanking of the 2025 season. Great homestand. Hopefully the good work continues on the road starting Friday in Washington. In the meantime, the Plaza Tire Service post-game show is coming up next. Alexa Datt, Ricky Horton, and Jim Hayes will wrap up this 3-game sweep, and we will see you Saturday in Washington for Game 2 of the Cardinals and the Nationals from Nationals Park.